Did the Rockets make the right move trading for Kevin Durant?
If they was 4 pieces away last year,
still go get
they
it.
probably won. You know, they're 1 piece away. They're 1 good piece away for you. Yeah.
I like this.
It's all,
you
got all the pieces there. It's just trying to figure out.
You still a piece away.
Yeah. I like this trade for KD.
Gave up too much.
His help,
You think they gave up too much?
They gave up way too much.
They didn't give up nothing. Yeah, because you know, Jabari Smith. He got that brown blood in him.
But he shoot that.
I know, but he got that brown. He's cousins with Kwame Brown. You can't trust the brown blood.
Shoot that.
No.
I mean, I hope the Smith blood is a little bit better because that brown blood. Oh, that's a fair.
Well,
It was cousins.
Nobody said anything about anything wrong.
No, I'm just saying. I'm thinking about. I'm
Yo.
just thinking about the lineage. The lineage.
I'm saying
is,
23 and me.
Yeah, Jabari spaced the floor.
I know.
There we go, Gil throwing shots at Kwame. Gilbert Arenas reacts to KD going to the Rockets. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Did the Rockets make the right move trading for Kevin Durant?
Of course they did.
Right move. Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about upgrading, if we're talking about Jalen Green versus Kevin Durant, then yeah, you upgrade it. But it all depends on what is your lineup, right? You know,
That's going to be key.
you still need a shooting guard. I mean, if you have 8 men at the shooting guard, it kind of, right? You got Jabari. You still got the young big pieces where you can play at the 3, 4, 5, however you want to do that. You were safe with that. You still got them young boys coming off the bench that can put the ball in the basket with Shepard and
Cam Whitmore.
Right? So you got something that My thing was with the PG, like you're a small guard. If I'm expecting you and Kevin to be the pushers over the top, I think you need one more piece.
Yeah, I think Houston, they got some time to kind of bolster out this roster, make some changes. They still got their young core, so they're good there, minus Jalen Green, but he proved in a playoff setting he's not ready yet. So great move by them, getting KD for Green and Brooks and a pick. That's the best thing that you can hope for if you're Houston, to try to keep your youth, build up those players, then add a veteran presence like KD. That's a known scorer, the best scorer in NBA history. He's up there, top 5. So great move by them getting KD. They have some more shooters out there in the NBA. You got players like a Duncan Robinson, favorable contract, only making between 14 and 15 million. Do the Rockets go after him? Or are there other free agents that are nearing the end of their contract to where it won't take a huge hit on the cap? So I think the Houston Rockets, they're going to make some great moves, fill out this roster, get more shooting, and they can compete for an NBA championship.
One, I got to identify what is a man to me, right? Like, what is he? I know he is that freak of nature, looks like he can do a little bit of everything. Do I treat him like Scottie Pippen, right? I'll take the point out of him if somebody's pressuring, if we're playing against Indiana, something like that. But if you're just sitting back there, put him at the point, he can use, like, you go downhill, he's big.
Draymond Green role.
Yeah. So he'd be like my point forward where, then, now the Shays and all these big guards, we don't have to worry about doubling or anything because they're going to pick on Fred. Then from there, I need a experienced shooting guard.
Yeah, amen. He's going to be that two-way player. He's going to be known as one of the best two-way players in a season or two. Started out great in his career, got some playoff experience, got to go against the Warriors, a smart, high IQ team. So he understands what that playoff pressure is. So that's going to help him out in the near future. So he can be that Scottie Pippen. You can put him at that point forward, let him, run the offense, put the ball up the court, and make some plays on offense and defense. So they got their defense in order. At least they got their great two-way player in the near future. And again, they're going to add more shooting. This KD trade, this was just the beginning. They're going to add a lot more decent players to fill out this roster, and they're going to make it tough in the Western Conference.
So, you talked about this.
Give me some more veterans that I can rely on.
This Rockets roster, a lot of good young, emerging, developing talent. Also, obviously, Steven Adams re-signed with the team. So they got a good Porzingis, an all-star, Amen Thompson, first-team all-defense. But they also have 5 tradable first-round picks.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's still.
If you want to now make some more moves and really strengthen, because it seems like
if they was 4 pieces away last year,
still go get
they
it.
probably won. They're 1 piece away. They're 1 good piece away for you. Yeah.
I like this.
It's all.
Traded,
you got all the pieces there. It's just trying to figure out.
You still a piece away.
Yeah. I like this trade for KD.
Gave up too much.
His help, his
You
help.
think they gave up too
They
much?
gave up way too
They didn't
much.
give up nothing.
Nah, they gave up Dillon Brooks and they gave up
You didn't have to give up Dillon Brooks. I think
Yeah, I don't
Dillon
need-
Brooks,
but I don't need
Dillon
Dillon
Brooks
Brooks.
is like the Stones.
I don't need Dillon Brooks because I got Amen. Amen can do
Yeah,
it.
that's what made him.
yeah.
That's
That's
you
what
don't.
Amen.
No, you
Amen
don't.
was taking
That's
over
what
Brooks.
made him trade him.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you didn't give up too much for KD. Again, Jalen Green, they need more playoff moments with him. He showed he couldn't do it. Dillon Brooks, good player, but you can replace that with Thompson and other role players on that team. So yeah, they gave up some young parts for KD, but they needed more scoring. We seen it versus the Warriors. As good as they are offensively, they were lacking in key moments. Fred VanVleet can't carry the offensive load. Şengün, he's decent, but he's limited to the paint. Thompson, he's still growing offensively. They solidified their offensive game with KD. They're going to flow much better on offense with them, much better than they would have been with Jalen and Dillon Brooks. So, yeah, they may be one puzzle piece away, but not a major piece, just a great role player that can do a little bit of everything and still score, play a little defense. There are players out there, and they got 5 tradable first-round picks. They're going to make some moves in the very near future.
Because Amen turned into Brooks.
He made him expendable. He
You
made
could have
them.
started all of them.
No, but what I'm saying is Amen was doing what
You
Brooks
could have
used to
traded
do.
the 10th pick, Jalen Green, and all them picks.
But I don't
kept
need,
Brooks.
but remember,
obviously they
what,
couldn't have.
What ended up happening is, think about it. Brooks can't shoot like that.
But
Amen can't shoot like that. So me having them both on the court kind of hurt us shooting.
his
So-
energy, you need more than just shooting. Like
Amen.
everywhere
Amen
he
Thompson
went,
give you.
everywhere he went, he won.
Yeah, but I have a young guy that turned into him, but better.
Yeah.
So I can. Hey, thank you, appreciate it. I didn't know he was going to be that, but hey, we're gonna go ahead and move you.
Have you seen
And
Amen?
he's cheaper right
Have you
now.
seen Amen play?
Dillon, 4-year, 80.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
He-
he like that.
He on rookie deal.
remember, he's first, like Dillon Brooks was.
and
like
KD
that.
is
He on-
not
and he
winning
on
no
the rookie
championship
deal.
Like
together.
that.
But what I'm saying is Brooks
not
was
winning
there,
no championship
Brooks was there
together.
for the defense to stop in the what's the name? Who was first team All NBA?
Amen Thompson, first team all defense.
Amen. He was first team, so he's
Amen
an
and
upgrade.
A lot of potential.
Amen, KD
Same
is
goal.
gonna take you to the championship.
No, Amen, Amen, KD, and Şengün is my 3 centerpieces, which 2 of them is still immature in their game. That's why I said I need someone at that 2, and our 4. Well, we're gonna play KD at the 4.
I think you go back to
Jabari Smith.
With 3.
Yeah,
You go back to his natural position.
Well, I'll put in what was it?
out there.
Easton or
Well,
Unless you're gonna
Jabari?
play Jabari Smith at the. You
Yeah,
can
play
play
him at the 3 or
Jabari
the
Smith
4.
at the 4.
Yeah, KD at the 3, and then
KD
whoever.
at the 3, and then you, or you can go Thompson at the. I'm saying put the.
Yeah, they're going to have a solid lineup. Fred VanVleet, Thompson, KD, Jabari Smith, and Şengün. That's a great starting 5. You got length, some defense, and offensively, you're going to be able to keep up in all 4 quarters. So this Houston Rockets team is going to be very dangerous. Not sure if they're going to be able to beat the OKC Thunder just because now they got the camaraderie. Now they're building up their experience. They won a championship, so they're going to be a tough out for any team. The Nuggets, they're going to be able to compete. Wolves, they should be back. So this Western Conference got to a whole new level with KD going to the Rockets.
But we talked all postseason during the Rockets playoff against the Warriors. They didn't have a go-to guy. Jalen Green, I think, had 12 points or less in 6 of the 7 games. Did have that 138-point game.
I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm gonna go with Eason a little bit more.
What?
Yeah, because you know Jabari Smith. He got that brown blood in him.
But he shoot that.
I know, but he got that brown. He's cousins with Kwame Brown. You can't trust the brown blood.
Shoot that.
No.
I mean, I hope the Smith blood is a little bit better because that brown blood. Oh, that's a fair.
Well,
It
he
was
shoot
cousins.
Nobody said anything about anything wrong.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just thinking about the lineage. The lineage.
I'm saying
23 and me.
Yeah, Jabari spaced the floor.
I know.
There we go, Gil throwing shots at Kwame. I didn't know him and Jabari were cousins, but you already know when Gilbert Arenas has a chance to throw shots at Kwame, he's going to take that opportunity. But again, I think Jabari Smith could be a starter. Offensively, he's where it's at. Defensively, I'm sure he can do some work, but they need as much firepower as soon as the game starts, because if you're Houston, you get a good lead, you're going to be able to maintain it. So I would start offense more, sprinkle in with a little bit of defense. I think they're going to have a solid lineup if they add Jabari at the 4.
But I'm just hoping it's like one of those play cousins, not real cousins. You know what I mean? Like,
Come on, Gil.
he said-
like
It ain't
we
worth
both grew up together type of
He
cousin.
said play cousins.
It's like, it ain't real. Like we got blood in the family.
I know them play cousins. Hey, we
Yeah,
together, man.
that's all I'm
Shut up.
saying. Yeah.
So play cousin, no real actual blood. versus actual.
I like the bone. I like the bone.
Where y'all see?
I like
They're
the
trying
bones
to
that
make
they
some
got.
room from Reed Shepard. They're trying to make some
That's what I
minutes
said.
for
I like
him.
the bones.
They're trying to make some room from him because he can't shoot and score that motherfucker.
It's just like,
Oh, yeah, I
that's
forgot
like,
about
if your
him.
KD is like, yeah, this team is good, but are they developed? Are they developed enough?
That's what
Well,
I'm saying.
you looking at they were second seed with what they had, right? Finished second seed with what they had.
A good regular season
A
team.
good regular, but I'm saying, but he helps.
Now I make
Like
this.
defensively, it cleans up a lot of stuff. Like he's gonna help a lot.
He's gonna help a lot.
It's said like if Sengun is figuring like there was times where I'm looking at Sengun as like no, that's your shot, shoot that shot, right? And he's still trying to get in there with Draymond Green, like no, take that shot, the elbow, that's cool.
That's where KD comes into play.
Yeah, and he's sitting there around like if KD can teach him when to these are the shots you take, don't make it harder, and he can improve, then you change the game.
Yeah, Sengun missed out on plenty of opportunities to score. He took it personal when Draymond was bodying him up, playing defense, swiping the ball. So I think if Sengun can develop offensively to that next level, that's going to open up this team. And again, they're going to be able to score more efficient if their center is able to be more aggressive on the offensive end. Don't do too much. Don't try to cross people up, try to get past them. At times, yeah, you want to mix up your game, but you want to take advantage when you have those shots on the offensive end. So KD, he's definitely going to get this team on another level mentally, practice. He's going to show these young bucks how to really score.
He's 22 years old, so let's
I know,
go
but that's
down.
what I'm saying.
But that's my point.
He's still trying to figure out his game.
And he's really good now.
Like if they was all 20,
solid player.
If this was like 24 and he came in, I'm like, yeah. But they're 22. There's like, let's not pretend that these is not 21, 20. Like
Houston has been
like what I'm saying is their
last
starting five is younger than OKC starting five. Like Van Vliet makes them old, but like
Jaylen Brown.
like OKC, what makes them young is they benches them. The guys that they not playing is youngest.
Yeah, great young team.
Right, but if you look at it, like Caruso's not young, Shea's not young,
That's it.
Hartenstein's not young, right? So three main pieces ain't young. I mean, Chet is 24, Jalen 23. So you got two guys sitting there 23 and 20. So they're youngest.
Jalen 24, right?
They're older than the whole Rockets starting five.
So here's the question for all of you. So you got Fred VanVleet on a team option. Rockets are expected to decline that team option, work with him on a team-friendly deal with VanVleet. So
me personally, I want to get a point guard. I bring Fred VanVleet as the sixth man, treat him like TJ. Because he does get picked on in the post. They pick on him.
So what do you do with Reed Shepherd though? Because you did spend a top 5 pick on. So let's not. So this is he's wild. So he's
small too.
He's small too. But what do you do? You put him on the floor? Do you let Fred walk and start him at the point because he is small, and you did spend a top 5 pick on him, and Fred is going to cost more.
No, you got to re-sign Fred VanVleet. Can't allow him to walk. I think he's good enough to be a starter. Yeah, having that 6 man off the bench like TJ would be good, but he's too good of a player to come off the bench. You got to make sure you start Fred. If you can get a backup point guard, that's cool. Or Reed Shepherd, try to build him up. But at the end of the day, man, they can't allow for Fred VanVleet to walk. That's going to hurt their team.
Fred
costs more than him right now.
But if I'm trying to, but the problem is if I'm trying to win a chip, and I need them veterans on there, I do need Fred. Like so, I got to see what's available.
Got to start him.
PG, like who is like I need somebody that's sitting at 6'4", 6'5".
I dig it.
If not, then I don't need a point guard. I'll go with Amen at the point and have Reed coming off the bench and be the TJ type. Right? It's one of those things where man, you still got like
I feel bad for KD.
you still got some thinking to do. It ain't this ain't just you got KD and we good.
Because they got capital. They got picks.
They got a lot of picks.
They got
credible picks. They got
They could work it with a couple of them dudes but it'd be tough.
Boston's trying to move Jaylen Brown.
That's a good one. Gil, I don't know if you heard what he said.
Trying to move Jaylen Brown.
No, Derek White.
Because White can just be a straight natural too.
Yeah.
He can be just in that like, Amen, you're the point.
Yeah.
If they pressure, give the ball to White. If not, you be the two to spot up and defend.
Boston got to get off Drew money though. Boston got to get off. That's my thing.
Yeah, Derek White would be great, but either way, whichever direction they go from the point guard position, this Rockets team is going to be solid. So they got a lot of potential. I'm sure they'll get better, add some puzzle pieces just to fill out the roster. But don't be surprised if the Rockets win the championship next season.